Hey guys, today I'm going to do the unboxing and overview of the Focusrite Scarlet Solo. So Focusrite is a UK company that was founded by Rupert Neve, who's famous for making the Neve recording consoles. That's actually used by a lot of famous engineers and musicians. And Focusrite is a big name in the USB recording interface industry, I guess. And I've owned their products before. I've had the Focusrite Scarlet 2i2, which is actually the model version that's the upgrade over this one. But I've gone back and forth over the years on having different models. I guess the 2i2 is a little bit more than what I actually need. So I think these days, since I'm really just recording by myself most of the time, so yeah, for me, whenever I do a recording, I usually only use one microphone at a time. So for me, the Scarlet Solo makes more sense than the 2i2. The 2i2 is more expensive, and I really don't need that second mic preamp because, yeah, most of the time when I'm recording, I'm just using one microphone. Like if I'm playing electric guitar, then I'm hooking up my microphone to record my amp. And then if I'm playing acoustic guitar, then I'm usually singing, so I just like hook up my condenser mic to it, and I just plug in my acoustic guitar straight in. So yeah, I find like I don't really need the 2i2. It's a little bit too much for me. So I did a review of the 2i2 maybe like 2 years ago, but now I think I'll just downgrade to the Solo. It's less expensive and pretty much gives me the same thing as far as my recording abilities are concerned. So this is the third generation. I'm not sure exactly, maybe I don't know what changes they make, but let's just take a look at the features here. First of all, this cost $120 US, which is double that of the M Audio that I did a video on a few weeks back. So the M Audio is probably one of their biggest competitors. So yeah, M Audio versus Focusrite. M Audio stuffs are usually less expensive, but Focusrite gives you better mic preamps, since these preamps are derived from the same ones that were used in the famed Neve consoles. And yeah, I think most people would prefer Focusrite because, yeah, Focusrite has a better track record of reliability, consistency, better mic preamps, and that's also why they cost more. So yeah, M Audio, this is the cheaper option. I bought this originally just as a quick way, I guess, to make a homemade karaoke machine. But I actually found myself recording with this as well, and I figured if I'm recording with it, I might as well just do an upgrade to the Focusrite, right? But yeah, let's take a look at this one first. So what happened in the third generation here? Okay, so this is the most affordable audio interface that Focusrite sells right now. So yeah, $120 is their cheapest. They make some pretty expensive stuff. Basically, it says the best performing mic preamp the Scarlet range has ever seen. I guess they improved it even more in the third generation. It was already pretty good, even the previous generations. So I've owned, I think the first generation I owned the 2i2. So that was already pretty good, that mic preamp. So this has already been improved, I guess, since then. And then it has an extra air option here. Brighter, more open sound. One high headroom instrument input for your guitar or bass. That's going to be the direct input right here. Two high performance converters, 24-bit 992, nice Humphrey balanced outputs, quick start tool, and connects to Mac or PC. Okay, no external power. Yeah, so then, and then yeah, when you play, I guess it lights up. So, alright, that's cool. And includes Avid Pro Tools. No, actually includes Pro Tools, huh? Pro Tools is probably the most popular recording interface for professionals, but it's actually really complicated to use as well. I remember using Pro Tools maybe like 8-9 years ago when I was actually kind of serious about recording like studio music. Yeah, I haven't used Pro Tools for a while, but it is probably the most popular tool for professional musicians for recording software. Ableton Live Lite, that's the one that Focusrite has usually included before for free. And Addictive Keys, I don't know about that one, that's for keyboard. Softtube, Focusrite plugin suite, plugin collective, and then yeah, whatever DAW you want to use, it's gonna, you know, you can always add different plugins and stuff for it. All right, so yeah, for double the price of the M Audio M-Track Solo, let's see what we get. All right, so you get the interface itself here, and then what else you get here? USB-A to USB-C cable. Not surprising. And you get safety instructions, and that's pretty much it. You don't even get a quick start guide, huh? No quick start guide even. Just a safety instructions. Okay. I guess it really is just plug and play then. Alright, anyways, let's take a look at this. So it's fairly small. Look how compact it is. Really small and tiny, almost cute even. Okay, cool. Yeah, what a cute recording interface. It's so tiny, so portable. Okay, so yeah, you can even take this with you if you're traveling. If you're a traveling musician and you're like, you know, feel like recording somewhere, then I guess you can just bring this with you. It's very small and very compact. So just bring your travel guitar with you, and then bring your MacBook or whatever, and then just bring this, and you're already set and record somewhere, wherever you go. All right, so yeah, very, very compact, tiny. So yes, it's designed in England, of course, it's a UK company, but made in China for this price. That's really what I expect here. So on the front here, you get their famous mic preamp. That's really what the Focusrite series is kind of known for, is their mic preamps, which are very, very high quality. So yeah, probably the main reason I got this too is their famous mic preamp, which is derived from their Neve consoles, designed by Rupert Neve, and used by, you know, lots of professionals. And then you have the 48 volt phantom power right here. You can switch on and off phantom power if you're using condenser mics. Yeah, for vocals I usually use condenser mics, right? Air to add more, what is it they call it, more openness, a brighter and more open sound. I don't know what that means exactly. Maybe it sounds more like spacious, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, this air, this one is newly added, I believe, in this generation, this air. So it'd be cool to test that out. And then a straight instrument input right here for guitar or anything else, really. I wonder if this button is actually to switch between different types of instruments, like if you're plugging something else in other than the guitar. Maybe it's for bass guitar, maybe it's for I don't know, keyboard or something. But anyways, I have that button here. I'll test it out later. Then you have gain knob right here and gain knob for the second one, so both these inputs obviously gain knobs. And then the direct monitor volume knob right here, very nice. That's just to control the the output, of course, output volume. And direct monitor. So direct monitor, I guess this would be going, what is it? Is it going to reduce the lag or something like that if I don't press direct monitor? So I guess I'm not sure. I'll have to test this one out too. Direct monitor, like I guess if I plug in the headphone jack here, right, 1/4 inch. So usually when I plug in a headphone jack to monitor your recordings, I guess direct monitor would mean there's no lag or anything like that. Just go straight to this one, maybe. And yeah, Scarlet Solo. So yeah, I had the 2i2 before. This is kind of a downgrade, but it's cheaper, more compact, and yeah, that's basically it. Then the back here, you get a lock, interestingly enough, like the same kind of lock you get for some laptops, like Kensington lock. Interesting. Like I wonder if this is like locked for if like some retailers are displaying this somewhere, then they can lock it. USB-C cable right here. I guess this is also the power. And line outputs here. So it's interesting that Focusrite does not use RCA here. They use 1/4 inch. So yeah, they use 1/4 inch for the outputs. They don't use RCA. Interesting. I would have preferred RCA because that's what I'm kind of used to. But now I have to get stereo 1/4 inputs. So yeah, I don't actually have those cables on hand usually, because I'm so used to using RCA cables for outputs for all my other audio equipment. So this is so far the only device I've seen that uses stereo 1/4 outputs. And yeah, we can compare it to the M-Audio M-Track Solo here. So the controls on here, pretty much the same except just differently. Input 1, input 2, and that's for pretty much the same kind of inputs that you get for the Focusrite Solo as well. The Scarlet Solo, so you get one mic preamp. They call this the Crystal preamp. That's M-Audio's own version of a preamp. Probably not as good as the Focusrite one, but anyways, that's their version of the mic preamp. And then they have a second one here, which you can switch from line to guitar. Is that what this one button does? Maybe that's what this button does too. It switches from line to the instrument. Yeah, so maybe that's the same thing as the switch here. And same thing here, right? 1/4 inch for direct for the instrument. Phantom power, exactly the same features you get here for the 48 volt. And then headphone out, except this one uses 3.5. This one uses 1/4. Not a huge difference. I think for professionals, we usually, yeah, if you're going to use studio headphones, it's more likely using 1/4 than 3.5, but it doesn't matter. Output, direct, and USB. So I guess that's what this is for as well. Direct monitor, is that what this button is for as well? It's for, I guess, directly outputting through here rather than outputting through rather than going to your computer, I guess. So I think that's what it is. So this direct USB thing is like one is direct is actually going like using like directly, I guess, the outputs for the headphones and stuff, and then you can actually, it's better for monitoring, so you're directly monitoring like your music and there's no lag or delay. But if you don't press it, then I guess it's going through the USB interface into your computer, and they might be, you know, some lag, I guess, if you're trying to, or maybe the monitoring doesn't actually work until you press that. So yeah, anyways, if you're going to be plugging headphones in to monitor the sound, I guess you had to switch this on, and here you had to switch it to direct in order to actually properly monitor it in real time, your signal, I mean. And yeah, these three, they have a master volume output here, which is interesting. I don't see that on the Focusrite, but yeah, they have a master output volume in addition to the 2 input volumes here. Yeah, there's no master volume here. This is the 2 input volumes. These are LEDs that'll light up. They'll tell you how much signal is being sent, so you can tell if you're properly getting the right level or not, or if your microphone or your instrument's actually, you know, sending the signal. So they have it as LEDs here, and in the Focusrite they have it here as also LEDs, but like on rings. So these little rings here will light up to indicate the signal that's being sent. So pretty much the same thing, just done in a different way. So yeah, I like the Focusrite's implementation. It's very, very clean and compact. So you don't even need to have this extra space here, and that M-Audio does. So the M-Audio M-Track Solo uses a USB Type-B input for connecting to the computer, and actually usually only audio devices and printers, from what I've seen, use this type of USB connection. So USB Type-B is an older type of connection. Focusrite Scarlet Solo uses a USB Type-C, which is a much newer type of connection. So I guess that's something to consider, because not everyone has USB Type-B cables laying around, right? So yeah, the M-Track Solo uses Type-B, the Scarlet Solo uses USB-C. And then the M-Audio uses RCA outs, which is more normal, I guess. RCA is very, very common to, yeah, basically if you have any kind of audio equipment lying around, RCA is the most common type of output, type of cable here and connection. And yeah, it's weird that the Focusrite Scarlet Solo uses a 1/4 inch outs. This is the only audio device I've owned that has this stereo 1/4 inch out. So I had to buy cables for this. Yeah, it's not common to have that. But anyways, pretty much the same. They're both unbalanced outputs, just using different types of connections. Yeah, so the M-Audio M-Track Solo costs $60 US. The Focusrite Scarlet Solo costs double, $120 US. Basically, they have the same similar features, really. You can see that the M-Audio M-Track Solo is larger, right? See the Scarlet Solo, you can see how, yes, it's definitely, yeah, I can definitely see like how much smaller the Scarlet Solo is in comparison. It's definitely more compact. Yeah, about the same thickness, but yeah, just the Scarlet Solo has a smaller footprint. It's just much more compact. And yeah, this one is it's made by InMusic GmbH. So this is by a German company, I guess, which now, because InMusic owns M-Audio now, so I guess this is a German company now that owns this, made in China. And of course, Focusrite has never changed hands. It's always been owned by the original UK company. But yeah, I would say the main cost of what you're paying here, like, why would you pay double for the Scarlet Solo? Other than the fact that it's more compact, well, really the famous mic preamp, right? The Scarlet Solo comes with a very famous mic preamp that everyone raves and talks about, as well as the quality and reliability that people have talked about with Focusrite. Because I've just looking online, a lot of people have had some horror stories with the M-Audio about it breaking down and not working and stuff, and being just finicky in general to use. So I think that's what you're paying for, basically. You're paying for the reputation of reliability, consistency, and that mic preamp on the Focusrite. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess that's why you're paying double for this one. And in addition to that, it's more compact. Arguably looks more unique too, because the red color here that Focusrite is famous for, or rather the Scarlet series especially. So that's it. I'm going to be testing this one out. I've recorded some tracks on the M-Track Solo before as well. That's some of my acoustic videos that I've uploaded recently. I recorded on the M-Track Solo. Now I'm going to record one on the Focusrite Scarlet Solo, so stay tuned, guys. Another thing I have to add about the comparison between these two is, like, initially when I did the video review for this one, I used it mostly as kind of like an interface for a homemade karaoke machine, right? I basically just plugged my mic into here and then make this output to my guitar amp, and then use that kind of as an ad hoc karaoke device. That's not as simple with the Scarlet Solo, so I can't exactly do it the same way. And I think this might be one point in favor of the M-Track Solo, is that if I plug in like the USB Type B into just any kind of power, right? Any kind of power, like a portable battery pack or just a charger, like anything, this thing will power on. But I can't do that with the Focusrite Scarlet Solo. Like, I can't just plug in a USB-C cable and then plug it into a power pack or to an outlet. It just doesn't turn on. The only time it turns on actually is if I plug it into a PC or a Mac. So that is something I think is one thing in favor of the M-Track Solo, is if I want to use this, if I just want to power this easily, right? This one I can just plug it into any kind of outlet or battery pack, and it can power it easily. Any kind of a power basically for the USB connection. But for the Scarlet Solo, I have to connect it to a PC or a Mac. I can't just plug it into an outlet, a charger, battery pack. I can't do that. It doesn't turn on. So I have to plug it in to a Mac or a PC, and it has to be, on. I guess it has to be using the PC Mac interface or something. I don't know why exactly. Focusrite, maybe, I don't know. Maybe someone can tell me if someone's familiar with this. But yeah, it seems like it only turns on if I connect it to a PC or a Mac. So it has to be using that kind of computer interface. Whereas this one just turns on when I connect it to anything that has power. So that is a minor inconvenience, I would say. If I'm just doing some sort of karaoke machine thing like I did with the M Audio, then the Focusrite, I had to have like a computer nearby to turn this on, which is yeah, that's a little bit inconvenient. But if I'm just using this as a recording interface, then it doesn't matter too much. You can have a computer on anyways. But if I'm using this for for other purposes, then that's where I would say the M Audio is more convenient. Actually, I think the Focusrite does have something similar to this knob here. It has the direct monitor knob. So yeah, this is basically the master volume. So yeah, they're pretty similar, I'd say. So the M Audio, one knob for input 1, one knob for input 2, and then one master volume output knob. Same thing for the Focusrite, right? One knob for input 1, one for input 2, and then a master volume knob is called monitor on this one. But yeah, fairly similar, I'd say. So yeah, I would say they're fairly equivalent. The only real difference I see here is this extra air button here, which is supposed to add more openness and spaciousness, I guess, to the input of the mic preamp here. The M Audio does not have that. And going to the back here, RCA versus 1/4 inch outputs. So the RCA outputs definitely, I would say, is more common in audio equipment compared to the 1/4 inch. But yeah, I would say those are the only. And I guess if you're like gonna hook this up to a display shelf, then the Kensington lock slot might be a factor. But in the USB-C, right, of the Focusrite, I think USB-C is definitely preferable to USB Type B. Otherwise, yeah, they're fairly similar.
Oh, darling, please believe me, I'll never do you no harm. Believe me when I tell you, I'll never do you no harm. Oh, darling, if you leave me, I'll never make it alone. Believe me when I beg you, oh, don't ever leave me alone. When you told me